Greetings and salutations, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the lowdown one more time. I'm Loke7. That's Ham Solo. We're on the clock, so we're gonna get right to it. Ham,
What's
the
cracking?
NBA season is coming to an end. Who you got?
The NBA season.
The regular season, yes, it's coming to an end. Who you got?
Ah, man. Dare I say Philly?
Oh God. It's not to lock it in. We're gonna do the lock-ins next week. So I had this bright idea. What we're gonna do is we're going to divide the West and the East after they do the play-in, and then there's going to be 8 teams versus the other 8 teams, right? So
Okay.
we're going to do like a draft. You go first in the East, for example. I'll go first in the West, and then we'll pick one team, then the next team, then the next team, then the next team, then the next team, the next team. Then we'll each have 4 teams in each conference, and then we'll see who is the TSWS NBA champion 2023. You down?
Sure. You set it up. I'll just arrive.
All right, but for now, you're going with Philadelphia.
I mean, it seems stupid, to be honest, especially with
Yes.
like Milwaukee
Yes.
and
No,
like Celtics
forget the external factors.
all right, so
Besides the external factors, James Harden disappears in the playoffs, and Joel Embiid can't stay healthy.
that's a fact.
What are we doing?
I'm just hoping for my boy Joel Embiid to pull it off. He's been doing good this season, so we'll see.
Okay. Philly. Okay.
Yeah.
Me, I'm a Laker homer, so until we're actually mathematically out of the playoffs,
Big Bad Mo says the Warriors.
The Warriors. Also, welcome, Big Bad Mo. Welcome. The Warriors. You know what?
I'm not mad at that decision.
I'm not gonna. Yeah, I'm not gonna be mad at it. I mean, they're the defending champions, and if you watch their games,
oh my God,
they just seem like they're lazy.
Stop it.
What?
He says no sports.
No sports. This is not GRG, bruv. Sorry to break it to you. Stanley Francois. Comment ça va, mon ami? Comment ça va? Ham.
Yes,
the Warriors it's a solid pick because if you watch their games, like they're terrible away from home. But if you actually watch the games, don't just look at the win losses. If you watch their games, they look like they're just lazy. You know, they just feel like
they probably are.
Yeah.
Why try?
You know when you're
right?
feeling overconfident. Yeah, you're like
just make sure you get to the playoffs. That's it.
Yeah, we'll be fine. We'll be fine. That's the vibe that I get. I don't get the vibe of a genuinely bad team. I get the vibe of a coach that's kind of like going through the motions, and Steph is just being Steph. Clay now for the last 3-4 months, 26 points. He's back to being the old Clay, minus defense, but scoring well. So I can see why Big Bad Mo would say that. He said, I'm a Bay boy, my friend, been Warriors fan since forever, loving to see them win. Enjoy it, dude. Oh yeah, Stanley France also brings up a good point. Wiggins is coming back. So the defense that they've been struggling with, there's a very good chance that. Yep.
Dude,
Big Bad Mo
Andrew
says
Wiggins was a beast last year. That dude went he lost his mind in the playoffs.
I didn't see it though. Did you see it coming? I didn't see it.
I knew he always had it in him, and he was hurt in his previous team, I believe, and the previous team he had wasn't going nowhere.
Wasn't he at the Timberwolves? He wasn't injured, dude. He was mid as fuck. He was very mid.
He wasn't bad. He was just on a team that wasn't going anywhere. Now he's on a team that is going somewhere, so it's fine. Mr. Sir X-Man's leaving all angry.
Whatever. Let's start talking about baseball. See him drag his ass back in here. All right. So far, you think you think Joel's gonna keep it together and Harden's not gonna melt faster than an ice cream in a strip club.
It'd be
Okay.
nice just to see those two figure it out. I know it's a crazy pick, but I'm into crazy picks.
It's not crazier than some people betting on the Denver Nuggets.
Oh, the Nuggets ain't going
Now
nowhere.
that's crazy. That is crazy. I don't care if the Nuggets win 82 out of 82 regular season games. I don't care. They ain't doing nothing in the playoffs. Forget it. All
Ain't
right,
nobody scared of
let's
the
move on.
Nuggets.
No, no one. No one cares. What's his face? Jokic could win the next 7 MVPs. It would change nothing. All right, so some sad news. Ham, was Angel Reese justified for her celebrations aimed at Caitlin Clark 2 or 3 days
Ooh.
ago? Let's get in.
Yeah. So how about that, right? Let's throw that up on the screen actually. Look at all this stuff. Thug, ghetto, unprofessional, bad for sport, carried, fake champion, queen,
Yeah,
competitive, whatever. Dude,
yeah.
stop it. I heard nothing. I heard nothing at all when the when White Chocolate from Iowa
Caitlin
decided to do
Clark.
it.
Caitlin Clark.
Yeah. Now it's a big deal because she getting that same medicine.
Okay, so for the sake of balance on the show, I am forced to bring the most half-hearted defense, but I will do it. Some people are saying it's not the same because Caitlin Clark was like, just a little bit, and then she stopped. Whereas Angel Reese like followed her around the court for a good 5 seconds.
5 seconds isn't long.
Like even like Caitlin Clark even turned away from her, and then Angel Reese came around like, yo, I ain't done yet. I'm, I'm coming for. So, what do you say to that?
I say whatever, man. Hey, the energy was let out by somebody else. She just followed it up. And yes, she flexed with it a little bit, but hey, like when you're not the originator, you don't want to look corny and just do it real quick. You want to make sure you got to make sure it is seen. It is noted. It is understood. And I feel like she definitely went out of her way to do that. But I didn't have any problem with it, man. If you watch sports, I don't see how you think this is like a big deal. Like no, like in as many basketball games where I've seen people getting like fist fights and like, I mean like we're acting like
Shoving contest,
this is like no way in any shape or form like some malice at the palace or anything like that. Like
bro.
that's
It didn't even get that far.
no, it was a hand wave in the face. Like moving on.
Big Mad Mo says, "All's fair in love and war." Proteus XL, what's up? Hey, dude, it's been a minute. It's been a minute. Welcome to the channel. Subscribe, share it out. Welcome, Tortoise Hawaii. He says, I think there's way too much celebration of Torty in basketball in general. YTF do players celebrate like they won a ring after making a layup? Listen, man. Listen. Tortoise Hawaii, to your point, taunting. I'm not saying that you've never played sports. I don't know if you've ever played sports, but in the little I did play, because I played for my primary school, my high school, and then for my province, which for you guys would be this at the state level. And dude, when the adrenaline's pumping and things are going down, and you're dominating someone that was dominating you a bit ago, or not, or whatever, something feral just comes out. Okay, and I'm not gonna knock anyone that taunts when they're doing sports, when they're in sport. That's just me. You can have your opinion, but that's just me. Stanley Francois, the media made it a big deal. Suppose people know this ain't nothing. Yeah, for real, for real. Welcome, Mr. Joanna Doug. Listen, Ham. Two things about this topic, right?
Yes, sir.
First off, I'm not trying to be toxic, but I'm just gonna be real with you. First off, I had no idea that the women's college basketball tournament was on.
You're disrespectful. You're capping right now. You're capping right now as if you don't know every year it's the same. Stop it. Stop
Dude,
it. I see
I'm
what
just
you're
being
doing.
honest, dude.
Stop it.
Until this thing came on, I didn't know the thing was on. I didn't even know that. Oh, this is happening. I was like, oh damn,
It's the
this is
same thing
happening.
every time of the year. You're just being messy. Stop it.
First point. Second point. Second point, dude. I feel like people are moving the goalpost by saying that it's different because Angel Reese extended the taunting more than Caitlin. What's her name? Caitlin something.
I don't
Caitlin
know,
Clark.
but those
Let me
people
tell you
need to
something.
just sit down.
Yeah,
They
yeah.
have no.
Let me
They
tell
got
you
no
something.
problem with Tom Brady getting angry and going nuts inside in someone else's face, but this
They're
is
making
nuts.
memes and stuff. Yeah, when Brady does it, it's fun. All right, but when what's his face, Odell Beckham Jr. does that taunt that he did before he left the Giants when he had that big leader on the Ravens defender, and then it starts like freaking almost like dancing to the touchdown area. Oh, then you have a problem. Then you have a problem. Anyway, but coming back to this issue specifically, for me, the people that are talking about now they're moving the goalpost. Now it's not because she taunted. Now it's because of the length of the taunt. So it's like, okay, you have no principles. All right. So licking the floor is a problem. But you have a problem with the length of time that someone else licked it. The white chick licked it for like 2 seconds, no problem.
This is a
The black
nasty
chick licked it
comparison.
for 10 seconds. Now we have a problem. Dude, if you're someone that's principled, wrong is wrong, Em.
I
Don't
see what
come
you're
to me
saying.
with length. All right? Don't tell me that drinking alcohol is bad, but then you move the goalpost and you're like, no, drinking a certain amount of alcohol for white people is cool, but as soon as the black dude adds an extra cup, oh, then we have a problem. I'm not digging that. So that's my issue with this whole thing. If they were pissed, no one was touched because what's her name, Caitlin? Dude, she's been doing this thing for the whole tournament. Apparently, she's been taunting people, calling them names. She refuses to guard people, talking like waving them off.
Yeah, I seen her
Someone
wave
at
somebody
the
off, like
point
get up,
line,
like
yeah,
good
like
luck.
you ain't gonna do
Yeah,
nothing. You ain't gonna do nothing.
nice
And I'm
try.
like, no one is saying any. No one is offended. No one is touched. No one is pressed. Everything is fine. As soon as a black girl does something, now we have a problem. That's my only issue with this. But for real, I had no idea this whole thing. I didn't even know the women's NCAA thing was on. Just being honest. Mr. Jonah Doc says this whole NCAA stuff is wild, and they've made it a racial thing. There's no way you can't make it a racial thing at this point. You can't avoid it. It's BS. It's part of the sport. No one says anything when Steph does his shimmy. Exactly. Exactly. Big Mad Mo says those folks never watched Gary Payton play. Bro, Gary Payton will probably get canceled in 2023. Okay? He wouldn't make it through an NBA season. Um do you disagree, Ham?
I mean, hey, if Gary Payton isn't the only one in that time period that was messy, all right. His
You know who wouldn't
just
get
his
canceled?
teammate Sean Kemp was disrespectful. He'd
Mhm.
yam on you and make it a point to make it as disrespectful and embarrassing as possible, and taunt
Oh
you the
yeah.
entire
He's,
time.
he's almost started with the hips, right? Where he'd try and shove his hips into your
Oh yeah,
torso.
he's
He's
like
almost started.
he would dunk and then like throw his
It,
waist forward at you, and it
yeah,
was
like
like
take
Shaq
it,
would do that too. It was disrespectful.
bro, bro. You know who wouldn't get canceled? Dennis Rodman. I mean, he was painting his nails. He had skirts
Yeah,
on.
yeah,
I
he was
mean,
living in the future.
Dennis Rodman would be untouchable in 2023. I'm just saying. Tortoise Hawaii says, bring back the hell no. Keep the Sonics all the way
No,
back
I
in
want the Sonics back.
1996.
Bring them back.
Okay?
Bring Seattle back to the
Oh,
NBA. Let's go.
no, no. We need a team in Vancouver. All right.
The Seattle
So that's enough of that.
Xbox.
Oh Lord.
Let's go. I'm a fan.
You would buy that jersey, wouldn't you? The Seattle exports. You
Oh,
would
you'd
do
see
it,
me.
I'm sure. Though.
I'd be hanging out with Green. I'd be doing all of it. You know what I'm saying?
We would have to shut down the channel. You'd have to start something else by yourself because I'm not down with that. The Seattle exports. No, no. Tortoise Hawaii says we don't need anything in Vancouver. Buzz off with that. Hey, K Sante is in here. Welcome, brother. Welcome, welcome. All right. Let's get into the news. So real quick, because this just popped off, I was not aware of it.
Just
The Rogue.
one last blow before you move on is from Sour
No,
Blow,
this is
and he
gaming.
says Supersonic
Oh,
over the Raiders.
and on that note, we're gonna get into the gaming stuff. Rogue Ally. This is a mobile competitor to the Steam Deck and the Switch. This is from Asus Rogue. They said here it's real. Stay tuned for more. Want to know more? Pre-orders at Best Buy. So clearly, this is one of those America only products.
No, it's not.
I'm guessing.
It's not.
I'm just saying. It says here Best Buy. Best Buy is not in Europe. It's not in Africa. It's not in China. So I don't know what you're on about.
Okay.
They said Best Buy.
No,
Yeah.
Best Buy has the exclusive right to sell it, but I believe this is going to be based off of a website, just like any other. Like you'll be able to get it at like
Have
the
faith.
ROG website.
Okay. You have faith.
Yeah, I always have faith, and sometimes I get steamrolled, but it is what it is. I got faith.
Sometimes. This guy. Okay. So, first off, what did you think about the design? Are you looking forward to maybe getting a pre-order? Or
I
and also, how much do you think it's going to cost?
I literally just bought my Steam Deck. I'm kind of pissed that I bought my Steam Deck, and I mean the Steam Deck is fantastic. I'm so happy with everything that I got going on with it. I'm just like, wow, that timing was not great.
Terrible.
Like, I really wish I would have waited just 2 weeks and I would have heard about this. And then I could have threw this in the mix of things I could possibly get. But now that's gone. That
Oof.
opportunity is pretty much gone. I'm definitely not gonna. I'm definitely not gonna sell back my Steam Deck. I'm not gonna get my money back for it or try to sell it or whatnot. I'm happy with it. I'm just a little
What you could
disappointed.
do is send it over to me. You know where I live, right? And then I'll shoot you the cash.
I mean, I definitely could sell it to you, all
All right.
fixed up
We'll
and
look into
done.
that after. Yep.
Possibly.
We'll look into that. I'm sure you wouldn't send me some broken stuff, dude. Don't worry. Don't
No.
worry. Mr. Jonah Dark says he thinks it'll cost between 600 and 850. What about you, Ham? How much do you think it'll cost?
I think that I mean, if it was $600, I'm gonna be fairly irritated. But if it's around like 850 to like 1,000, I I'm not gonna feel any type of way about it. In fact, Loke, I'll have to tell you if it's around 850 to 1,000, deals off. 100%.
Damn.
I'm keeping it 100%. More than likely, the deal probably will still be off, Loke, and you won't get my Steam Deck. But in
God damn it.
just in case, it's about if it comes out $600 because they did say very competitive to
Mm-hmm.
like Steam Deck pricing or whatnot, or at least the guy that had the handheld said that that that's all the information that he was able to give out, then yeah, man, that'd be interesting. There is a couple things that I like about it, obvious things I like about it, and then there are a few things that I just really don't like about it, and it'd make me nervous to get it, even if it was $600. So the dope parts about it, which is obvious, it like advertises first and foremost this specifically. It has Windows on it, has Windows OS. It has 1080p, and it has
Whoa,
what's
hold
it?
on, hold on, hold on.
120.
Mr. Johnny Duck says he will sell me his Steam Deck with Death of Sonic pre-installed. All right, all right, all right. Mr. Johnny Duck, my DM's are open. Let's chat. And Ham, I'm starting my offer at $299. And then Mr. Johnny Duck, if you have anything better, let's start the bidding. Let's get to it. Let's get to it. Go ahead. You're talking about it's got Windows, it's got all this stuff.
Yeah. It has Windows. It has 1080p. It has up to 120 FPS. And it looked pretty nice. I watched Lions Tech Tips talk about it. I also watched a few other people say what they had to say about it. It looks fantastic. Really does. The problems I had with it were there's no like mouse touch trackpad on it like there is on the Steam Deck, which has two of them. There's also the ergonomics to it, so the way you hold it is kind of funny. I feel like it's made to be held like a certain way, and I don't really know if I like that, because I was watching Linus with it, and he's like, it feels weird if you just hold it, but like if you like put your hands down like on a table like you would normally be playing something, it feels like really good, and that's what it was made for. Right there is to put your hands down like that, or on your legs or whatever. So I just don't know. That sounds funky, and I'm a guy with kind of big, fat fingers. So,
oh, you don't say.
I'm just saying.
What?
I'm just saying it might be a pain in the ass for a brother like me to play something like that for a long time. But hey, I don't know until I actually get it in my hands. So those are just a few great things. Those are just a few great things, and a few things that I kind of found as kind of weird about it. It also has like a proprietary what is it called? Instead of having like a Thunderbolt cable that can go into the top of it, it has like this proprietary connection to where you can hook up like what is it? Like external GPU and stuff like that. We were talking about that a little bit before this show. It's pretty cool, but you can't just use any kind of GPU, like external GPU for it. You have to use a very specific one that they make, which attaches to a external GPU and whatnot. So it's pretty cool, but it's just like that's just another thing that's kind of like, I mean, especially some of these proprietary things kind of like push me away from a product. So like for an example, the external storage for the Xbox, that kind of pushes me off. We're going to be talking about that later, right?
Yes.
And then also like the PlayStation VR 2 that only hooks up into the PlayStation, not on the PC or whatnot, where it could also make a killing. It just when they force you to do something, when they take away the ability of choice, it gets really less.
It sounds very iPhone-ish, very iPhone-ish, very PlayStation-ish. Anyway, let's go to the chat real quick. Chaos Sante points out, gives out some good points as usual. Says Asus isn't Valve. They won't continue supporting it like the deck has been supported. The deck now is far more capable than when it first came out.
That's a fact.
I highly doubt that Asus will support it like that. Mr. Jonah Dark says you can buy the 4090 and use the Asus ROG Ally to play Rocket League Kiasante retort says, but that external GPU will cost you $2,000.
Mm-hmm. He's not lying.
Yeah,
That's exactly what he said on Linus Tech Tips. He's like, this thing is expensive. Like, if you want to get all the bells
it's
and whistles
an
for it, it's stupid.
Ioneer. It's
What?
an Ioneer. The reason why, in my opinion, the reason why the Steam Deck stands out from the Ioneer type consoles, because a lot of people think that the Switch is the only portable that has existed for a long time. It's not.
You know,
It's price.
there's for the win. There's the Aya Neo. There's a
Oh,
ton of different ones actually, but a lot of them.
but they're
The
super
reason that
expensive.
Steam Deck stands out is because it's under $1,000. Everything else is like 1,000 or above.
Dude, it's under $500 if you really want to
Facts.
go there.
Yeah.
So, um, for me, the reason why this is an automatic L for me is because I get the feeling with Steam Deck, it's the closest I'll get to a powerful Nintendo Switch. It's the closest I'll get, or it's the closest I'll get to the next PSP that we should have gotten. It's the closest we'll get to the Xbox handheld. You know what I mean?
Yep.
Whereas this, it seems like just another iteration of all the other portable handhelds that we've all been avoiding like the plague. Because there's a reason why they cost so much. Because people aren't really buying them. Oh god, Eternal Shaddai says we need the Ouya back and Nvidia shit. No, no. Hey, welcome Cloud Classic Cage.
By the way, you guys,
Eternal.
just before you continue, Logue, thank you guys all for coming through here. We do this show every Tuesday. If you're
Yes.
new and you didn't know, make sure if you're new, hit that subscribe button, hit the like button. We need to start saying that more often throughout the shows because right now we're sitting at about 14 people watching, 6 likes. Definitely get those likes up, people. We definitely appreciate
Come
it.
on,
We're
y'all.
trying to move up to that next, the next echelon or whatever you call it or whatever. We trying to keep moving forward. So thank you so much, everybody. Look, continue saying what you were saying, bro.
Yeah, Mr. Janadak says Switch is the only handheld that matters. Tears of the Kingdom. I will not fight you on that one. There's a device called the GPD Win 4 that looks like a Vita and is another Steam Deck competitor. How much does it cost, bro? That's what separates the men from the boys, the women from the girls. All right, price. Show me the money. As soon as you tell me it's $1,000, it's 800, or it's 700, you've lost the fight. There's a reason the Steam Deck is $500 or less. There's a reason. Um, yes, Mr. Jonah we don't need the Ouya. Okay, Ham.
Yes, sir.
Going back to our original point about you possibly selling me your Steam Deck.
You
If
really
this,
hope.
if bro, the hope is the last one to die. Mr. Jonah says $900. Jesus. Okay, so if they're selling the Asus ROG or
ROG.
whatever, dude.
It's ROG.
If they're selling the ROG for $600, how much are you charging me for your Steam Deck?
I'll just charge you what I paid for it.
Which is
$510.
God damn. Ham, I thought we was homies. I
Why the
thought we
hell would
was
I give you a
almost
discount?
family.
Why would I give you a discount on something I just bought? You out of your mind?
Oh, wait, you bought it now? Did you buy it like a month ago?
The Steam Deck? I got
Yeah.
it 2 weeks ago.
Oh, that's not even enough time to get it dirty. Oh yeah, I
No, it's
remember
still
now.
clean.
You're actually posting it a couple of times on Twitter. Yeah, you're right. You're right. All right. Okay,
Yeah,
fine.
stay salty.
Fine, we'll talk. We'll talk. We'll talk. Whatever. Okay, let's keep it moving. Let's get to the actual topics we had planned for today. Resident Evil 4's Ada Wong harassed after performance in Remake. This is from PCGames.net. Lily Gao, the actress behind Ada Wong, both in Resident Evil 4 Remake and the Resident Evil tie-in film Welcome to Raccoon City, has deactivated her Instagram profile after so-called after fans of the Capcom horror game series sent her abusive messages regarding her RE performance. Only a single post now remains visible on Gao's profile as Ada Wong is expected to return for Separate Ways DLC, which will launch after Resident Evil 4 Mercenaries mode release date. Ham.
What?
How, first off, are these fans? Are they so-called fans? First off.
Well, if they're personally disrespecting somebody, then I don't know if fans is the best. That's like more of like fanboy kind of category where it's just like toxic. You don't know if it's really honest or if it's, but whatever it is, it's childish. I'll tell you that.
Great, but can we agree that they're fans?
Oh man.
I
Yeah,
feel like
I'd
we're
say
about
that
to
they're
have a fight
fans.
there.
I'd still say that they're fans because
Oh,
there's,
okay.
and here's why. And here's why. There are terrible Celtics fans. There are terrible Raiders fans. There are really bad Chiefs
All
fans.
Celtics fans. All Celtics fans are terrible.
Oh, whatever. You're a
Just
Lakers
let's
fan,
let's keep
which
the
brings
buck.
me to the
Let's keep the
Lakers.
buck.
There's terrible Lakers fans like Loke. There's terrible
Oh
Lakers
God.
fans like Loke. So
Oh,
there
yeah.
are horrible fans all across anything. So yes, they're still fans. They're just horrible.
Okay. Okay. For anyone in the chat that might get triggered with this, right? And this is one of the reasons why I thought I'm gonna get in trouble today. Fans is short for fanatics, right?
Mm-hmm.
This is the exact behavior you would expect from fanatics. Look up the definition. I'm not going to spoon feed it to you like Quantum TV. Okay, fanatics. This is what they do. Right, fans. That's what they do. Mr. Johnny Duck says I was playing RE4 and Ada sounds fine. Not sure where this is coming from. Sure. Sour Blow, no, they're not the best. They are Celtics. They are. Celtics fans are the worst. Just look at Sour Blow 18. Oh, bro. Perfect.
Disrespectful.
Mwah. Hit the like button if you have some common sense and you understand that Celtic fans are all terrible. All of them. There's no exception. All of them. Uh, all right. Ham. So you know what really got me about this whole Ada Wong thing?
What's that?
When this thing broke, I legit went to her account. There was nothing. I searched the internet. I couldn't find one of the posts that were made directly to her on her account. I don't know how they did it, but they scrubbed it and they made it disappear completely. Like there's not even screenshots available. Have you seen any? I'm not saying she's lying. That's not what I'm saying. I'm just saying I'm impressed at the speed at which things can just vanish. Did you see anything?
No, because I'm not looking for it.
So when you heard about this, what was your first thoughts then?
My first thought is that sucks, and then I like ate a sandwich or something. Like I don't know. I didn't put too
Damn,
much thought
you don't
into
care
it.
that much.
Oh, come on.
You're not stressed about it.
Why? I'm not even a Resident Evil fan. Why would I care about this, Luke?
I don't know, dude. Every time you agree with me, right, I get worried because I feel like I am like more of the oh god. Tortoise Hawaii says ate a sandwich.
Yeah, I ate a sandwich.
Perfect, perfect. Tortoise Hawaii, dude, just amazing.
Man,
Hit it
that
on
was
the
a
head.
dub right
Listen,
there.
yeah, that's a big one. That's a big one.
I ate
Ate a
a sandwich.
sandwich, literally. So for me, what worries me is that I between the two of us, I'm the one who's more like, whatever, man, I don't care. You are more like, conscious and care about like community and people and stuff like that. So when you tell me that you saw this and you just literally ate a sandwich, I'm like, bro, what? Are you okay, Ham?
I just no, I'm
I'm
fine.
worried
I
for you
just
right now.
I'm not gonna be like this is all social media. She blocked it. She deactivated. What else can you do?
Dude, she scrubbed her entire feed on Instagram. It's all gone. It's just one post.
I mean, I'm
That's
just
crazy.
mesmerized by this Forza gameplay, and I could care less about this whole Ada thing.
Wow. Okay. So I have some more Ada for you,
Oh,
but
great.
before we get there, let's listen to Cult Classic Cage, who says, "I deal with rude remarks a lot. It just comes with the territory." I have to say it. I didn't know that my DMs were blocked until a couple of days ago. You're the one who actually told me that they were blocked. I opened my DMs. I was like, "Wow, I can't believe my DMs were blocked," and I started getting a whole bunch of toxic shit in my DMs. So there's people legit just looking to ruin your day.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna add these people. I'm not gonna screenshot what they sent me. I'm not going to platform these people. But I just feel like no matter what you do, the more the more of a platform that you have, the bigger your platform, the more hate you're going to get. You know what I mean? I'm not comparing myself to Ada Wong. I'm just saying, sorry, no, it's not Ada Wong, it's Lily Gao. I'm not comparing myself to her, but the point is, it just like Cult Classic K said, it comes with the territory. You're not gonna get 100% good responses from people. Um, Osha says the character model looks fine versus the original. Doesn't look like they tried to desexualize her or anything. Cult Classic Cage, I've been playing this fun game called Crab Champions. The movement is really good. Just okay. Enjoy Crab Champions. She also says, Bruce Lee, do not pray for an easy life. Pray for the strength to endure a difficult life. The way of the fist. This girl gets it. All right, so let's go with some more Ada Wong, Ham. Go and
No.
eat a sandwich if you want.
I'm about to eat a
A number
sandwich.
of people, uh, Resident Evil fans show support for harassed Ada Wong for voice actor Game Rat. Also, what's this about calling actresses actors? Is I find that strange. You don't care, Ham. I'm guessing you don't care.
I don't.
Okay, for me, I care because language matters. Left should mean left, right should mean right, actor should mean actor, actress should mean actress. I don't know. It's just me. Anyway, a number of people over on Twitter have been offering their support and expressing their dismay that a few fans a few Resident Evil fans have taken to harassing Lily Gao. A thread started by an account called Ada Wong Archives has called out the offending parties who sought out Gao's Instagram account in order to leave messages that have been described as sickening and deplorable. Again, I'm not calling Lily Gao a liar, saying I'd like to personally see a couple of these. That's all I'm saying. Maybe I'm disgusting because I want to see them, but I just want to see them. Um, a number of others have commented, adding that even if some were not keen on her performance as Wong, she should not be subject to online abuse. Others, such as user at simply Dane Art, have said they actually liked her work in Resident Evil 4, with another user below agreeing with their sentiment. User Maxine Kisses went one step further by compiling a video of Ada's best lines in RE4. There have unfortunately been a few negative responses to this tweet, but much like the one from Ada Wong's archives, there has also been an outpouring of support for Gao. One commenter did say that the only thing they didn't like about her performance was more down to sound editing rather than the actress herself. overall the consensus from fans, whether people like or dislike, no one deserves to be bullied. Okay, so Ham, the thing I wanted to address about this whole thing with Gao is, where do we draw the line between criticism and bullying? Um, I'll give you a good example. And why I'm saying I want to see these messages, because I get the sense that if 1,000 people criticize a performance, it's taken as bullying. Am I wrong?
Well, look, this goes back to what you just got done talking about, language. Language matters, right? So this it depends on what all these people are saying, right? So if they're saying,
Mm.
"Yo, it just doesn't sound right," or "I don't like the way it sounded," or "You didn't put it," or like somebody didn't put enough work somewhere or something like that. If it all sounds similar, then that's fair. But if it's just a bunch of people saying disturbing or inappropriate things, and obviously that's not fair. I mean, I feel like this is very elementary.
So that's the thing. For me, I think the discussion even leaves the realm of video games, and it goes to the discussion of perception, you know? Because I can say something to you, I can criticize you, but you then have the responsibility of taking what I've said and taking it in as criticism, not as uh, an insult.
Sure, that's my
So
responsibility to manage my feelings. Yeah, that is
manage your
100% fine.
feelings versus what's actually in front of you. So when we're in a place where there's no such thing as objective truth, it's all subjective, it's all emotional, then it's whatever you want it to be. If it's just a million people DMing you talking about, oh, I prefer the original voice actress. I'm not saying she's lying. Again, I'm not saying she's lying. If there's anyone in the chat who can send me a link to somewhere where I can read the actual stuff that was sent to this lady, I would love to see it. Because for me, I've seen too many times when people talk about abuse, harassment, and all this other hot topic stuff, and then there's evidence on the net. You go and check the evidence, and then you read through it, and you're like, ah, most of this is just objective criticism. Sometimes the criticism can even be incorrect, but does criticism, just because it's criticism, can you then upgrade it to offense? Can you then upgrade it to insult? Can you then upgrade it to harassment? Do you understand my question here?
Yeah.
Yeah. That's my big like confusion with this whole thing. Mr. Janet Dark says, do you think that sometimes fans are extreme and do not allow for game franchises to try something new or evolve? Example, Halo. Ham, what are your thoughts on this question?
Ask it again. I'm sorry.
Do you think that sometimes fans are extreme and do not allow for game franchises to try something new or evolve?
Oh yeah.
Example, Halo.
Yeah, absolutely. 100%.
Mm.
Listen way too much to what and hey, they listen too much to the media as well. Okay? So, I feel like
Point.
instead of making their own making their own 100% solid idea of their own without using the effects of today, or without using the ideas of a bunch of fans due to your past projects and whatnot. That would be fantastic if we didn't see near as much as that. There's in my opinion, there's just too much pandering in video games to make sure that, oh, we hit this demographic, that demographic, and like whenever I see whenever I see a game like overreach and trying to like in my opinion, take this however you want.
Okay.
Saints Row, when that game when what
Oh,
was talked about and announced and came out and whatnot.
well, this will be good.
I was just like, wow, like in my opinion, like the
TikTok, the video
style
game.
that they're trying to, yeah, it's very, to me, it's so far away of what Saints Row was, and then even what Saint Row became later on, it was even far away from that, in my opinion. It was just kind of a weird looking game. It reminded me of games that were not in that same category at all, like a Fortnite or
Mm.
something like that.
Mm.
It was just too, it was weird in my opinion, because I felt like it was like adult rated but marketed for children. And that makes me
Mm.
uncomfortable kind of.
With all those F
Because it's
bombs
just
and
like, choose. Do you want to be for kids or do you want to be for adults? Not saying that kids can't
mm,
play
mm.
adult games, because hell, I was a young kid playing Grand Theft Auto. Right? I was like,
Bro, we were not old enough to play GTA 3. We
no, I
were
wasn't.
not old enough.
I was not at all. I was like 13 or something like
I
that, or
think only
12.
Sir X-Men was old enough to Sir X-Men and One Way Dragon. Those are the only two people that were old enough to play GTA 3 when it came out. Everyone else is capping. All right, set all your asses down.
Yeah, I definitely wasn't old enough to play that game, but I played it, and I'm saying, like, even as a young kid, I was like, this is an adult game. Right? I
Yeah.
feel like some of these games try to mix that up too much, to where it's just like, what is
Mm.
this really? Is this an adult game or is it a kid game? Why are you trying to make me, as a 34, 35-year-old man, feel like a little kid running around with a, I'm running around with a gun, but it feels like a squirt gun. What's going on here?
Well, we
It's just
do
not my
play
style.
Zelda. We do play Zelda, so there's that.
But see,
Um.
Zelda has history that
Well,
follows up with it. Saints Row's history doesn't follow up correctly. It
so
starts
that leads
here and then
exactly to
it's like,
Mr.
where the hell
Jonathan.
are we going now?
That leads directly to MJD's question, which is, do you think that sometimes fans are extreme and do not allow game franchises to try something new?
100%.
See,
I just
we
said, yeah,
drag too
yeah.
much of the history part. We sometimes drag too much of the history part. But to respond to your question, Mr. Johnny Dark, I don't think the issue is fans. My issue, the issue, in my opinion, is the devs or whoever's leading the devs. Um, I'm going to use Kojima as an example. The problem with most of the devs, and Ham just brought up a good example with Saints Row, most of the devs in the West have no backbone. They have no creative backbone. They don't have a
Well, are you talking
vision,
about devs
right?
or the people that okay? Because I feel like we mix up
Uh,
the
uh,
devs with people who
mhm.
greenlight too much, and I
The
really
people,
want to tread
like I,
lightly on this
like I
area.
said before, even if you rewind, Ham, even if you rewind a bit, I said the devs or the people in leadership.
Okay,
All right.
I'd flat
The
out just say the
issue,
people in leadership, because the devs literally just show up and do their work.
the point is, there's a lack of creative backbone, right? There isn't a clear vision where it's like we're going southeast. And that's where we're freaking going. I don't care what the metrics are saying. I don't care what the census is saying. I don't care what's on CNN. I don't care what's on TikTok. I don't care what's on whatever. That is where we're going. And you get that a lot in the East. I don't know what that's about. I don't know why, but that's what happens. These people, they pick a vision and they go with it to the bitter end. And for some reason, their stuff pops except for spoken. But that's not my point. My point is, on average, they have a vision and they stick to it. With the Western side, you hear so much creative turmoil. And I hate to say it, Ham. This thing about everyone is a contributor, everyone is important, everyone has a voice. It's not good for the collective team. You, sometimes what you need is one prick or one prickette, women can lead too, saying, everyone shut the fuck up. We're going this way. We're going to do this. And then everyone just does it. In the West, there's no order. There's no structure. Everyone can just interrupt whatever and do what they think. And if someone says, no, shut up, do this, they're toxic, they're this, they're that, they lose their job. So what happens? We all have to stop the development cycle. We have to change directions because of Philip today, and then we'll change direction because of Hannah tomorrow. Then we'll change direction again because of George next week. This is stuff that I'm not going to say who, but I have had people tell me that they've experienced with development.
If
So
I
to
were to
Mr. Jonathan's question,
okay,
it's backbone and structure. That's the big problem.
to
Go ahead, Am.
me, to me, it's not just. I mean, it's definitely a good amount of backbone, but I think the thing that if anybody wants to say there's a hindrance of creativity in the West at all, I'd say it'd be more or less due to due to popularity. What's popular? What's not popular? What can't we do anymore that we used to be able to do yesterday? We were badass during the 360 times. And I've said this on many other podcasts when we had those crazy games like Blitz and NHL Hits and Dante's Inferno and just wild games that were just like, am I supposed to be playing this? It felt like like you felt guilty for playing it because you're just like, this is wild. This is like how did this make it to the shelf or whatnot? But like now
Yeah.
everyone's like tiptoeing around, trying not to get in trouble or trying to stay in the
Try not to
in the
offend anyone.
circle of relevance, I guess.
Yeah. Yeah.
And what that creates is pandering that I don't exactly
Mediocrity.
love to see. So when somebody goes outside of the realm and makes something crazy, and it's from the West, like High on Life, let's say, it's a huge hit
Mm.
because it's just like, yo, like finally, you're not spoon feeding me anymore. Same thing with The Last of
Mm.
Us.
Mm.
The Last of Us, it was just like, I know it's not your favorite series, Loke, but you have to admit, at least like the first one and even the second one,
Yes.
it it it,
Yes.
it, it, it brought the jaw dropping, how was this okay sentiment out to the
Can
point
be
where
objective,
like
dude.
it was okay with pissing people off is my point. It was okay with pissing people off.
Yes.
And I want
Yes.
to
Yes.
see
We need
that
more of
more
that.
in games. I want to see more games take that that uh that really uncomfortable step forward to say, we're
Yeah,
here, like it or not, this is how we do things.
yeah. Yeah. And for me, I don't think the focus should be on offending people. I think
Oh
the
no.
focus should be on
Doing what
what's
you
your
want is the
vision?
focus.
What
Doing
do
what you
you,
want.
yes, you want to do? Don't be looking at metrics. Don't be looking at what social media is telling you. What do you want to put out there? Because everything metric wise was telling the guys at Dark Souls that guys, DS3 was the peak. Stop. Stop with Souls games. And they were like, no, let's do Sekiro. And then after that, they're like, let's do Dark Souls, but put in some Sekiro, open world. Let's not give anyone any directions, any instructions. Just let them do it. All the metrics, all the data, everything was all the analysis was telling them people are going to quit this in the first 10 minutes. This game is not going to do well. That's what all the data was telling them. But they had a vision. They had someone that held onto the reins and said, we're not going left. We're not going right. We're going straight ahead. See that brick wall that everyone says that we shouldn't go to, we're going right there, full speed ahead, chew, motherfucker. And we got Elden Ring.
Hey, check out. I'm not sure if you read this or not yet, but what Tortoise Hawaii said in the chat, I
Yeah,
100% agree with. Saying indie
blood on the
games
sand.
are the new double A games, and
Oh
I tell you
yeah,
what,
yes,
double A
yes,
games are the new triple A games too. It's gonna go like
yeah.
that, in my opinion. You're not gonna see near as many big publishers come out with games like they did during the 360 or PlayStation 3 or PlayStation 2 and original Xbox era. You're not going to see games just roll out from big studios like
And
that
when
as
they
much
do,
anymore. You're going to start seeing
when
more
they
of
do,
a Hellblade kind of style where Hellblade came out and it was not a AAA game at all, right?
yeah,
But it proved within its popularity and its,
dude, my
good
game of the year,
storytelling that it
Sifu,
it needed it.
Sifu. My game of the year, Sifu.
Another game that
It's
did the
another
exact same thing,
year
Psychonauts 2.
game, but killed it. Yes, killed it.
Psychonauts 2 is
Whereas
another game that wasn't AAA.
all these big releases, train wrecks, all of them, except for Starfield. Starfield, I think Starfield's gonna be good. All right, let's move on. Let's move on. Ham, your favorite subject. You're gonna love this one. WD Black Xbox Series X expansion card SSD listing appears online. So this is from our dear friends at Windows Central. So the Seagate expansion card is the only official SSD players can use to expand the Xbox Series X and S storage capacity for current generation games. A listing for a WD Black expansion card has appeared online at Best Buy. The card is listed at $180 for 1 terabyte. A discount compared to the $220 list price for Seagate's expansion option. Ham Solo, go.
Sucks. That sucks. It still sucks. The same thing for a PC is $100 cheaper. It's in 2 digits, $79. Sure, it says that somewhere in that article. Possibly. I don't know. I know it said it in an article that I read about it earlier. I believe it was yesterday. Like so when you see that price, $180 for an expansion storage card for your Series S or X, keep in mind before you pull that trigger.
I think it hurts if it is an S. If it's an S, I think it hurts more.
It 100% hurts more, and here's why. I'll tell you why. This last holiday season for Christmas, there was a special at Target that you could get a Series S for $250 with a $50 gift card. So in other words, it's $200.
$200. You're buying an SSD.
So you're telling me that this whole console that I spent $200 on,
Yes.
because I used the other $50 that I got with it to get a present for my daughter for Christmas. So you're telling me that $200 that I spent is somehow just as valuable, or $20 or $20 more valuable than a storage device. Like, that kind of messaging just doesn't work for me, and I'm not excited. I'm not gonna. You know what? When I initially first read just the headline of the article, like a lot of people do, I was
You were
like,
psyched.
"Yeah, sick, dope." That's what I'm talking about. And then I clicked on the article, and I was just like, it's still bad. It's still not
Damn.
good. Don't do it. I wouldn't recommend that to anybody. If you bought the Series S because you're trying to be cost effective, this doesn't help. at all. This, in fact, makes you feel silly
Mm,
that you got a Series S.
mm.
Because if you buy it, then you're like, well, I could have got a Series X, and I would have had like 500 gigs left. That less. That's it.
Yep.
In
Yep.
a way more powerful console. Like, so it's just a bad look. It's not good. Kay
Remember,
Asante in the chat says Microsoft deserves the smoke, but keep it righteous. This isn't a markup. It's not the same thing as it is. Kay Asante. They you
oh,
cannot
are you
argue
about to
to
throw
me.
hands at KSI?
Yes, I guess so. You cannot argue to
Oh
me.
Lord, ding,
You
ding, ding.
you cannot argue to me, a console player. I understand you're a console player and you dabble with PC a lot more than I do. But if you're just looking at your average consumer, which I'm more on that side of, I look at this and then I think, can I get something for my PC or for my PS5 that's cheaper than that? Just think about that. Just the other console. All right, let's move it to that. Just the other console. I can get something for half the price. Half the price. To be able to go in there and do dang near the same exact thing. Functionality is what I'm talking about. And the functionality of that isn't great. For the price that they're asking for, not worth it. I wouldn't do it. I would not advertise for it. And kudos for Microsoft for trying, but it's like Bart Simpson holding that cake. You know what I mean? It's one of those moments. At least you tried. But it goes in straight trash after that.
Oh man. Call Classic Cage says something I've been saying. Remember him? I said this when these things were announced, and you looked at me funny, like, dude, this is so good for the people, for value and whatever. And I told you, dude, in the long run, getting the S is an L. And she said, I always said the S Series S is a ripoff because it has no save space SMH. Besides the save space, why? The point, right? Maybe this is just me, but the point of getting a console is because you want to buy a box that you're safe with for 5 to 8 years. The S isn't going to be safe for 5 to 8 years. It's just not. So what are you doing?
I think that
What are you
I
doing?
think the Series S is fine. I just don't think this
What
storage expansion part
you think the
is
Series
good.
S?
Yeah, I
Well,
think the S.
you would think the
See, look,
same
I'm not going to
same
slander the
lifespan
Series S
of
like
the X.
because I own a Series S and I think it's fantastic. But what I'm not going to do is advertise somebody to go get storage expansion for it that costs almost the same amount as the console itself. Like I just can't with that at all. But
So
hey,
so again, because we're here, we have to give like our views on these things. Toto Sawai says I have two Series S's, my kids use them. Fine. But the thing is, I have to talk about look. And for me personally, what am I doing getting a Series S? It's useless to me. Ham, you have a Series X for yourself. Don't talk about this the S that your daughter uses for yourself. Are you buying a Series S for yourself? No. The thing is, the people that are interested in these SSDs, in my opinion, are the people that are hardcore into gaming. And if you're hardcore into gaming, what are you doing getting an S instead of an X? No one's doing it.
well, you
Am
just
I
kind of
wrong?
proved your point. You just kind of proved your own argument
Well,
right there of like how
but
you thought it was worthless, but then again, it's not for you, so it's not exactly worthless.
it's worthless. It's worthless in the context of SSDs
Oh
because
yeah, in the context of
that
that,
care,
for
the
this
people
price, it's
that care,
worthless.
yes, yes, for the people that care about getting SSDs, what are you doing? Why did you even buy an S in the first place? That's what's crazy to me. One Way Dragon says it's safe for peeps that don't spend the money. Exactly. Sour Blow, what can the Series X do that the S can't? Look, um, have a bigger storage space. One Way Dragon says I have two Series X, both have expansion cards. See, okay, this guy knows how to do it. Both have expensive. Jesus. Okay. Mr. Giant Darks, you also have to realize that not every console is for you. The Series S is a great barrier to entry, which sometimes you don't have. Osha says, agree with Ham. The Series S is fine. The Series S is not targeted at hardcore gamers. Sure. But the expansion card, Ham, in this context that you're bringing up with the expansion card, the Series S, I mean, what are you doing, man?
The
It
Series
makes no
S
sense.
holds an L in this in this realm
Yeah.
right here. It's
Yeah.
not
In
good.
this context, it's terrible. It's terrible. So, okay, which one of the expansion cards is worth getting, in your opinion? The 221 or the 181?
Well, they do the same thing, so obviously the cheaper one's the better one to get, unless you like the style of the other one, I guess, because they do look a little different, but they do the same thing. So, I mean, unless Mr. Asante wants to come in here and point something out that I didn't notice about it. I mean, I mean, in my opinion, it just
Yo, stop throwing hands at Asante. Jeez, I might not get
no,
another invite if you know.
no. Well,
I
that's
might not
all
get
on
another.
you coming in on the road.
Oh Lord, life happens, man. Life happens. Sour Blow 18 says, remember cloud streaming that helps for storage too. Sour Blow, cloud streaming is the US and parts of Europe. Most of the people gaming don't have like proper cloud streaming capabilities. It's just not a reality. Welcome Mishi Miyagi. Mr. Joanna Duck says, look at the PS5. It's 825 gigabytes out the box, regardless that you can get a cheaper SSD. Oh, okay. So X-Men, I have a Series S and X, and I have two expansion cards. Jesus. All right. All right. Oshas, the people that buy the Series S are probably going to play Fortnite, NFL, and FIFA. I don't want to prejudge people
That's
like that.
hey,
Just
I mean, yeah,
yeah.
they
I'm with
probably
them
are
on
going to
that one.
play one of the most popular games. They probably will.
If it was a PlayStation, we could definitely say that. I mean,
I just
everyone
feel
knows
bad if they're playing
most
Call of Duty
PlayStation.
that took up half their space right there.
Yeah, yeah. Actually, Calculated Cage literally said that if you put Call of Duty and GTA 5 on the Series S, you're done. That's it. You blew it. All right. So are we done with your expansion
Hmm.
cards thingies? We're good.
Yes,
When I saw this, the reason it's here is because people were freaking out. But for me, I was just like, this is such a nothing burger. There's no value in those SSD cards. So why are people pissed off about them? But anyway, PC gamers are getting refunds for The Last of Us. This is from Game Rant. The refunds for the game were pointed out in a Reddit thread by user TurboStrider27. While Steam operates a guaranteed refund policy for gamers with under 2 hours played in a game, no more than 2 weeks after purchase, there have been high profile cases in the past where the platform has expanded this. The Last of Us Part 1 is one such case. There were similar reports when Cyberpunk 2077 was launched as one of the most notorious video game releases of all time. The Last of Us being review bombed on Steam among constant reports of performance problems and glitches, it's no surprise that players want their money back. Is it fair for players to want their money back for a game that has till today has already been patched twice and has a lot more patches incoming according to the Naughty Dog devs?
am I supposed to answer something to
Hello?
that?
Yeah, yeah. Is it? I'm asking you, like, is it fair that people are asking for these refunds,
No. Why would
even
that be unfair?
considering?
If something doesn't work the way that they intended it to work, or if they don't like the reviews
But it,
that it comes with, like you're entitled to do whatever you want with it. You spent the money on it. It's your choice.
but the game has already gotten two significant patches that even Sante was talking about last week. The game is now running fine, and Naughty Dog has already said that they've got more patches incoming. Does it
Well,
make
if you have
sense
more
for people to
patches
still
incoming,
be
the game
asking for
isn't
refunds?
completely fine then. If they're still patching it.
Oh,
So, what are we doing here? If it's
all
not
right. I,
completed to somebody's standard of what they wanted the game to be, and they have the opportunity to return it, then do as you wish.
I think the point is asinine because if we follow yours and Kesante's logic of Valve constantly updating the Steam Deck, right? People didn't return the Steam Deck when it had problems at launch, especially
I'm
after
sure
they
some
saw
people did.
the support. Yes, some people, but according to this article, it's a lot of people doing it. So for me, it it's kind of against the point of getting it. You know, you got the game. They've already patched it twice. They're clearly showing that they have the intent to continue patching. So why return it? Were you
Okay, let me put
really
it like
that
this,
in?
Loke. Let me put it like this then.
What?
If you go buy a car and you find out that there's defects in the airbags, that there's issues with the trunk closing, that the AC doesn't always work, or there is a leak somewhere in the engine not long after not long after coming off of the production line, would but your car is fine, and they're saying, yeah, just bring it on down, just bring it on down to the shop. We got you, no extra price or whatnot, we'll take care of you. Is it on you to go through that is it on you to go through all those hardships and dealing with their issue when all you were there to
Okay, so
do is just to buy a car and drive off? You didn't plan on coming back. You didn't plan on having them come even to your house and fix the issue. Like, you didn't ask for any of this
you're
extra stuff. You just wanted to buy it and play it. And you're hit with all these unexpected things that you didn't see coming. Whether they say they're fixing it or not is not your problem. That's their problem.
so your analogy. I like analogies. I don't like people that make fun of other people because of analogies. It's crazy. The analogy exists for that express purpose. So your analogy, in my opinion, only fits for like 20 years in the future, when BMW and Tesla have made it normal for cars to have patches where they charge you for heated, where they charge you for alarms and pre-warming the engine. Literally, Google it, guys. It is happening. Pucker up, Buttercup. It's going to happen. All right, make peace with it. Okay, so that's when the analogy would fit, in my opinion. The thing is, patches and gaming are now completely intertwined. No one can come here and talk about, oh, I can't believe the game needs patches. No, 90% of games that are released now come with patches. Day one patches, day zero patches, 10-day patches. Tia Sante comes here, says Hi-Fi Rush got a patch 3 days ago. And that game, we both played it at launch, It was running butter smooth. And it also got a patch. So patches completely normal. It's not a reason to bitch about. Okay, Asante also says that I don't get all the Last of Us craze after the patch. It's fine. I've been playing it, zero issues. So for me, the way I look at it, the people that are making these reimbursement requests they weren't really into the game. They weren't buying the game to play the game. I don't know why they were buying it, but I don't think they're really into it. Because remember, I bought
I
Cyberpunk
think that's
day one.
disingenuous and not fair to say
Let me
something like
finish.
that.
Let me finish. Let me finish. Let me finish. Let me finish. I'm going to use myself as an example. Remember, I bought Cyberpunk. I pre-ordered Cyberpunk day zero, way before it came out. It came out broken to all hell.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't ask for a reimbursement. A whole bunch of people didn't ask for reimbursement. It's the reason
A
why
bunch of people did,
CDPR
though.
made a killing. They did, dude. A bunch of people talked about it. Ham. Remember, it was actually one of the topics on one of our podcasts when CDPR made their financial reports, where they clearly detailed the amount of sales and refund requests was like 300,000. It wasn't even a million. It's like most people were just doing it for like performative reasons. No one was actually going to get the refunds. That's why Cyberpunk made a killing. It's why they made all that money. Then there was a class action lawsuit and whatever because people started saying, "Yo, these guys made a killing," but they came out here and gave us a product that wasn't good enough day one, and they had to settle out of court, etc., etc. So for me, I feel like a lot of these people that are making these requests to return just performative. But tell me why I'm being unfair.
Because it's their money and they're going to do whatever they want with it. Whether it is doing a dance for, your favorite company or being disingenuous, whatever. It's their money. It's just like the people that said that they were going to get the $1 for a month of Game Pass and whatnot.
Mm-hmm.
Sure, a bunch of people said it. Sure, there's a lot of people that are disingenuous and probably really didn't do that.
Not enough people are doing it. No.
But the fact of the matter is no matter how angry or how frustrated or how much you dislike what they're doing, it's their choice with their money, and there's not anything you can do about it.
No, I'm not saying they shouldn't do it. The discussion here is whether or not it makes sense for them to be
To
doing it.
me, it makes sense
That's
because it's
that's
an option. It's an option, Loke. It's an option. If it wasn't an option, then it'd be like, all right, why are you
you're gonna
complaining about
force me
something
to
you
start
can't
making
do?
crazy analogies. You're gonna start forcing me to make crazy analogies now.
It's just like if the option's
Classic
there,
cases.
like you give somebody an out. If you give somebody an out, there's going to be takers. There's going to be takers that say, you know what? I kind of regret getting this game. Maybe you have it on PS5 or already and you don't feel like playing it. Maybe you already beat it and you're just like, you know what? I wasn't anticipating all these issues. I don't feel like waiting on the patches. I would do this for one game, but not this one. Just a choice. And it doesn't affect me. I don't care.
Okay, Classic Case says, I support giving the consumer more power overall because in the gaming space, consumers have lost so much power over the course of our lifetime. I couldn't agree more. It's definitely true. Gamers are entitled to working product upon release. Man, I agree with it, but it's not the reality of the day. We are entitled to human rights. There's places where you don't get it. We're entitled to, I don't know, working water. Eh, does every person on the planet get it? No. I get it. We're entitled to it, but we also have to be realistic with what's in front of us. What's in front of us is an industry where 90% of the games don't work at launch. That's just the cold reality. Just saying. When I Dragon, sometimes I wait to play when I buy a game when it's broken or just needs a patch. And you know what? One Way Dragon is being real here. A lot of people lie and say they don't do this, but a lot of us do it. A lot of us buy games, we see that they're broken, and we just set it to the side. We don't ask for a refund. When it gets patched, I'll play it.
I did that with
Mr.
Cyberpunk for
Jonathan
over a
says,
year. For over a year, I didn't touch
exactly.
that. I turned it on, put like 15 to 20 hours into it. I was just like I hear that they're working on it and all this other stuff. Like I've had a couple glitches, but nothing that like turned me away from it. But just knowing that there was a possibility of a better experience, I was just like, you know what? I'm gonna put it down. I put it down for over a
Mm,
year. I played it when it first came
mm,
out, day it came out, and then I think the next time I turned it on after like the first like week of it being out was in January of the year after. So I think it was like 2020 when I turned it on the first time, and then it was 2022 of January when I turned it back on.
I think we're gonna have like coping sessions 10 years from now, talking about cyberpunk and how it messed up our relationships. Some people lost jobs. Some people, it's gonna be a whole thing because everyone has a cyberpunk story to tell. Mr. Jonah Duck says I got Callisto on PC and it was rough, and then a month later I replayed it and wish I could have played that version while I was playing patched. Exactly. Salbloitin, if the game don't run well, then they can ask for a refund and then buy it later when it runs well and it's cheaper. We also can't say it didn't happen to me, so no one else should be having issues. But oh man, Ham, what are your thoughts on Salbloitin's point here? Because I strongly disagree. But go ahead.
Yeah. I mean, Mr.
You agree
Everborn
with him?
says it himself all the time
What?
that you should wait,
What?
get
It
the
didn't
best
happen to
version of the
me?
game
No, no,
for cheaper.
no. I'm talking about his last point when he says, "We also can't say it didn't happen to me, so no one else should be having issues."
I mean, I think that's fair, especially with the PC, right? Because everybody has different specs.
Hmm.
So like it'd be different if everybody was playing this on Xbox, and some people were like, "Oh man, this is a buggy mess," and other people were like, "Oh, this is running fantastic. This is great. I don't see any issues. What are you talking about?" Like this is a different situation where some people have hella strong like GPUs and some don't. Some have, the all the power it takes, and some people are running with the minimum specs. So we don't know what their experience may be. So to say, "Oh man, you should keep this and wait on some patches," man, this thing is barely running it from like as it is, and you're telling me to wait? I don't think so. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah, yeah. All right. So last one in the comment section, then we have to go to the next subject. Cal Classic Cage says it's a shame we have to let it get to the point where most games are a joke at launch. This is why I have no respect for these companies because they have no respect for me. Cult Classic Cage preaching out here. All right. Let's go to more positive news. Atomic Heart DLC tease reveals how long it will be. This is from Game Rant. So the game has developed a cult following that is anxiously awaiting news regarding the upcoming DLC. The game currently contains approximately 25 hours worth of content to play through the story. Munfish has announced via Twitter that one of its next DLCs for Atomic Heart will take 6 hours to complete. Atomic Heart has not given a release date for the DLC, although many players expect the expansion to be released sometime over the next year and a half. It is not clear how much the DLC will cost on its own, but purchases of the premium edition are automatically enrolled in the game's season pass and will have access to the count them, four upcoming story DLCs. Ham Solo, how are you feeling about Atomic Heart DLC?
I think that's phenomenal. Um, Good for them for being ready and having stuff, already thought of, being ready to push out some stuff and being willing to even come out and speak on it so early after the game already released. That's a pretty promising sign from them, in my opinion. How about you?
Yeah, from Munfish, right?
Yes.
Dude, I
Did
got
you
it
play
just
this game,
because you
by
told
the
me.
way?
So, no, dude, remember I asked you like I don't have the time to play it right now because I'm playing Cyberpunk. But I asked you and I trusted you. You
Hmm.
told me to get it, so I got the base edition. I wasn't about to get premium edition. I got the base edition. I will get to it eventually. And if I like it, then I'll just buy the DLCs after. For me, what really gets me is, like you said, them announcing so early that there's 4 story DLCs.
Yeah, you usually
And the
only see
game has
something like that from a
yeah,
from a publisher or developer that's
for
been
online
outside
games.
for a long time. But this is a newer.
Or for an online game. Usually this type of stuff, seasons and consistent content you get for your Fortnites and stuff. You don't get this for a single player story game. Yo, here's DLC. The game came out this year. DLC is coming out this year? What?
Mm-hmm.
That's wild. And also the fact that they can't come out and tell us that there's going to be 4. So if I actually get to this game and enjoy the base game, I might as well just go get the premium uh edition or whatever, so I can guarantee the DLCs because it looks nice. Mm, we'll see if it plays nice for me at least. But yeah, I'm psyched for this one.
They
For
have a
whoever
FOV
actually
slider
enjoys
on
it,
it now too, which is really nice. So you can move yourself back. Because I felt
does
like
that
you were
work on
really close
console?
to your hands before, but
Mm-hmm.
now you can kind of push yourself back to be further away, which is kind of nice.
Hmm. Mishi Miyagi says, I want a DLC with the 2 robot chicks.
Mm.
Um, anything you want to add on that one?
On the DLC chicks?
No,
I'm just
no,
playing.
on the 2 robot chicks. The robot chicks, dude.
Man, those robot chicks
Lord.
were talented.
They were so
They were
they were
talented.
talented. God. Okay,
But
so
no, I'm
uh
excited to check it
I,
out.
I, I'm going to allow I'm going to allow spoilers for this one specifically. Are the 2 robot chicks or twins or whatever, are they enemies? Are they NPCs? Do
Oh,
they help you? What's their role?
they're enemies. They end up being pretty much enemies. They don't work
No.
for you.
Damn it. I didn't want them to work for me. I don't work with me. You know what I mean? Anyways, when you played the game, was it in English or in Russian? I'm curious now.
It was in English. They
Okay.
actually have
Cheers.
a
What?
ton. They actually have a ton of different languages for that game.
But you put it in English, correct?
What do you think?
All right. I'm gonna play it in Russian. I want to read the subtitles. It's
There
fine.
you go.
Yeah. Actually, when they first announced it, that was my first question. Like, yo, can I play it in Russian? That's what I wanted to know more than anything else. Okay. Next topic. June 2023 is looking like a problem for gamers. And not for me specifically, but for gamers in general. So these are the games that are coming out in June. Street Fighter 6, day one, obviously. Diablo 4. I'm guessing you're getting this one day one, Ham.
Oh yeah, I'm right now. I've been saving up my Microsoft reward points. I'm about at $40, and I cannot wait to get that because I was gonna get the $90 version. There's $100 version that like allows you like to skip like 20 battle pass levels or something like that. But I feel like I'm gonna be playing the game enough to the point where I don't need to spend money on leveling up quicker. If that makes any sense, you know what I
Mm,
mean?
yeah, yeah, yeah.
Um, so I'm definitely getting the game. I'm definitely getting the game though.
Okay, I'm guessing me and you're gonna have to divide and conquer on this one. I'll get Street Fighter 6. You can go for Diablo 4. The
Oh, you're
problem
getting a
is,
Street Fighter?
oh, it's a fighting game. What am I supposed to do,
You're
Ham?
getting
I'll
Street
buy it so I
Fighter.
can bitch. I'll buy it so I can bitch about it being a 2D fighter.
Oh my
And
god.
then next,
So now you're one of those kind of people that are buying games just to afford to talk about it in a
Oh,
bad
no,
way.
no,
That's all that
dude,
you're
dude,
doing. No, let's
dude,
let's keep it a buck.
Em,
Because let's
no,
keep
no,
it a
no, no.
buck. Because once Tekken comes out, let's not pretend like you're ever gonna pick Street Fighter back up ever again.
Dude,
So what you're
I'm
doing is
probably going to
wasting money on
uninstall.
Street Fighter just so you can
I'm
tell
probably,
everybody how shit it is. So then when Tekken comes out, you can tell everybody, "Oh man, I'm never touching this Capcom 2D garbage ever again. I cannot." Oh man,
Em,
Kazuma, I
I will
love you.
go Kazuya. This
Kazuya,
guy,
whatever.
Ham Solo. Ham Solo. I will go a step further. I don't even have to wait for Tekken to come out. I know that I will uninstall Street Fighter 6 in 2 weeks. Max.
So why are you
I
gonna
will be
buy
on it.
it? Why are you doing this?
Let me explain. Let me explain. Let me explain. You know how certain people they love racing games. They'll just buy all the
Yeah,
good
yeah. Bill the
to
gamer
above
does that all the
average racing
time. He
games.
buys every racing game, even if it's
Exactly.
trash.
Exactly. There's people that if it's a stealth game, he doesn't care. It's stealth, I'm getting it and I'm trying it. If it's bad, whatever. I don't no regrets. You know what I mean? The guy with the tattoo,
No
no
regrets.
regrets.
Yep, no
No.
regrets.
Exactly. So for me, that's fighting games. If it's good to great to whatever, as long as it's decent, I have to get the fighting game. I might play for 5 minutes, but if it's a fighting game, I have to get it. So I'm definitely getting Street Fighter 6. Also,
Do you have Street Fighter
Yams.
5?
No, it was on PS5 only, correct? On PS4,
PS4.
sorry.
Yeah.
No, I didn't get Street Fighter 5. No.
Okay, because you didn't have a
Remember,
PS4, correct?
I did get a PS4, but I only went for the exclusives that I cared about. I didn't really
So
care about
what
Street Fighter.
happened? Why is this change happening now that because you could have had
Yams.
like
Yams.
oh my goodness.
Yams.
He's trying to see some 4K
Dude,
60 yams.
everyone everyone here in the chat is gonna cap about, oh, the art style, oh, new fighter, oh, old Ryu. Stop. Cut the cap. Cut the cap. We all saw the videos. I saw that pic on I saw the gif on Twitter. 20,000 bookmarks, 100,000 views. And you're gonna sit here and talk about, oh, I didn't see nothing. I'm gonna get the game because I like just fighting mechanic. Settle your ass down. Stop lying. All right, stop it. This is a safe space. TSWS is safe. It's a safe space. Be honest.
I
All
don't know.
right,
I
we're
don't feel
all
safe.
here. Be honest. And if anyone in the chat
Feel
likes
dirty.
feet, go and get you some Street Fighter 6. I'm just saying. Um,
I feel
so
dirty.
after Street Fighter 6 and Diablo 4, there's still Crash Team Rumble. Are you interested at all in this game?
Not even slightly. And you know what? I hope that I hope it is good and somehow makes me want to try it. But as of right now, I have zero interest in that game.
Mm, okay. You and me both. And then the game that I thought was going to make it tricky, was going to make June tricky for me, clearly is not. Final Fantasy 16.
Final Fantasy
Um,
16, you already know I'm not playing that. I'm not a Final Fantasy player. And then after what Yoshi P came out, and yeah, I'm good.
we
Final
can't. This
Fantasy
is not
16
fresh and
let me
fit.
know I didn't want it. It let me know.
This is not the fresh and fit podcast, right? We don't we're not okay with people that have questionable takes. We're not okay with that. No. Kia Sante says, so go play Dead or Alive, Loke, if your priority is yams. It's not my priority. Like a side story. Alright?
Luke still
It's
got
like one
the
of those
beach
nice
volleyball
gigs.
game.
It's a classic, alright? You can't let go of the classics. Next. Get off me, man. Next, we have Xbox Game Pass has 6 games coming in April
It
2023.
also has games leaving.
Yeah, shout out to Xbox Game Pass for ruining everyone's plans in terms of gaming. We all had a schedule for what we're going to play, and then Game Pass like, oh, this is on Game Pass. I dare you not to play this. Shout out to Game Pass for doing that. The first one, Everspace 2, coming out April 6th. Ham, are you getting this or not?
I've never played one, and from what you told me, one is mid.
Yeah, for me. But as a whole, it's a banger. Like a lot of people really love it, especially on PC. A lot of people
I'd be
love
interested in
Everspace.
trying it, but I have no history with it, so I can't pretend to be excited about it.
Yeah, for me, it was just okay. Next, we have Ghostwire Tokyo, April 12th. Quick reminder, it's been available to buy on PlayStation for almost a year now. Ham Solo, will you be getting Ghostwire Tokyo?
Absolutely, and I only put 30 minutes of it on PS5. And reason behind that is because it's in a subscription service there. It just arrived on a subscription service like just this month, or was it like last month or something like that, which we all know why.
It's on PS Plus, for real?
Yeah, it's on PlayStation Plus Premium, yeah. Triple P. It's available there. So I downloaded it and I played it just for a little bit just to see what it played like, see what the haptics felt like. But I really just want to get I enjoyed achievements more than I do trophies, so I stopped playing
My
it because I was
God.
just like, I'm
You're
just like a
telling
week.
me between this and the black one, you prefer the black one?
I mean, pause, but yeah, I enjoy the Xbox
Yeah, the wording was
controller.
intentional.
I enjoy the
The wording
Xbox
was
controller
intentional.
more, Loke, if that's what you meant.
You prefer the African American one? All right, cool. Cool.
You need to
Um,
chill.
next, next we have Minecraft Legends coming out April 18th. Are you downloading this or
Hold
not?
on, Sourblow's is trying to trigger me right now.
What do you say?
Yeah. He said, Ham Solo, what happened to Arc 2? Is Vin Diesel in a family meeting with the dinosaurs?
Is he?
And to answer your question, yes, he is. He's in a very long meeting, a meeting that's going to last until next year at the end of the year. Unfortunately.
It's going to last until Fast X.
So yeah, this game, Arc 2, pretty much, they never had a release date. You know what I don't like, Loke, is people are like, it wasn't delayed if there's never a date. No, but there's an anticipation time window. All right. So in my
No,
opinion, it was
no,
delayed.
no, man.
Yes.
No,
Yes.
no,
Yes.
no,
Yes.
no.
Uh-huh.
If they don't give you a date, stop it, Ham. As a community, let's stop projecting.
No.
All right? Just because something was announced doesn't mean it's coming in 3 years, 2 years, 1 year, 1 month, 1
When
week.
they say
It was just
coming in 2022, and then 2023 goes by.
Oh,
It is delayed.
they said it's coming in 2022?
Yeah, they just didn't have a specific date.
They did give a date. So they did. No, if they gave you the year, then it's definitely been delayed.
Yeah.
It's because of all that mid, Ham. It's because of all that mid.
No,
The
it's
next
because
game
of
game
it's because of the last version, in my opinion, and they don't want to make the same mistakes as before. And then on top of it, they got a bunch of people's names that are going to be not only in the game but also in the animated series.
If they don't want to make mistakes that they made on Arc 1, the only way to do that is to not release Arc 2.
You're an idiot. I mean, you're being toxic. No, this game's gonna be lit, and you guys just don't understand. Loke, you're gonna 100% it. You just don't even know that you like. Yeah, see, I'm like Ubisoft talking about NFTs. You just don't know that you like it yet.
Oh Lord! You know what? Let me be fair. I'd rather play Arc than whatever the hell they're cooking up with those NFTs. No. No. Okay. Mr. Johnny Dog says Sour Blow Arc 2 is another abandoned and the day before it's fake. Just like Star Citizen Ham Solo. Ooh, that must hurt.
Who said that?
RG Viper says this. Mr. Johnny Dog get his ass. RG Viper
Go to
says if
hell,
there's
Mr.
no release
Janadar.
date, Viper, there is a release date. They gave the year. Once you give the year, you need to release it by the 31st of December. Otherwise, it's been delayed. Yes.
Facts.
Welcome, Innate. Asao Bloitin says our community is toxic. We have Ham Solo, so we have tangible proof of just how toxic our community is. Ham
They are
Solo, the
pretty
next
messy.
game.
I ain't gonna lie. We get messy.
Ham, the next game that's coming to Game Pass this month is Minecraft Legends, April 18th. Will you be downloading this?
I actually might this time around. Actually, wait a second. No, I'm not. No,
Why?
because I'm getting it mixed up with Dungeon. I wouldn't mind trying out Dungeons.
Oh, this is Legends, not Dungeons.
Yeah, Legends is different, right? It has like PvP aspects
Yes.
to it and stuff like that that I'm not really as much
Mm-hmm.
into.
Apparently, apparently has a story as well. My son was playing it. Was
Yeah,
a
I'm not
randomized
interested in
story.
that. I wanted to try out dungeons, which I'm still down to do a dungeon run if anybody else is down to do that. Holler at your boy and I'll download it.
Okay, so two things about Minecraft Legends. Actually, Minecraft Legends and FIFA, because I noticed a lot of people are now following me on Facebook on Xbox. Guys, if you see my profile saying I'm playing FIFA or I'm playing yeah, FIFA.
Great
If you
games.
see my profile saying FIFA or Minecraft, it's not me that's playing. It's my youngest. So what happens with Xbox is because my youngest needs my profile to access the games that I've bought or the games that are on Game Pass, my profile has to be logged in on the console for him to play. So for some reason, my brothers actually explained this to me. It looks like I'm playing the game if they're
Right.
not friends with my sibling. So it'll say that Log 7 is playing FIFA. I don't play FIFA. Go and check the achievements. I have zero I don't play FIFA. I don't play Minecraft. But you'll see it on my profile. Like, this guy's been on Minecraft for 6 hours straight. Log plays a lot of I don't play Minecraft. All right? I don't. Um,
You sound
Minecraft Legends.
embarrassed.
So, yeah. I'm just trying to make it clear, bro.
I
Some
mean, it's
people
very
take
similar for
screenshots and
Roblox.
like,
I'll be sitting here playing a game and it says I'm playing Roblox when it was my daughter. We don't have Roblox anymore. I don't allow her to play the game anymore. But previously,
mm.
I'd have friends be like, "When did you get into Roblox?" And I'm like, "I'm not. It's my daughter."
Sour Blow says he tried playing Minecraft, said kept spawning in a prison, felt like crazy Louis. That says it all. That says it all.
That's funny.
Uh Ajivata says, what are your thoughts on Exo Mecha that never got a release date and we still
Mm.
haven't heard anything about it? Ham, let me go in first on this one. RG
Okay.
Viper, I am glad. I am so glad that that game didn't come out.
What?
Exo Mecha looked rough. Really, really rough. Not the mechs themselves. Because
They
I
look
look at
nice.
different things when I see a trailer. Not when I look at a trailer, I look at not just the stuff that they want me to focus on, but everything else around. All right? Go back and go to YouTube and watch those trailers. It looks dead, empty. There's nothing around the mechs. That game, we were all gonna play it for 15 minutes and then uninstall and move the hell on. I hope that they went back to the drawing board and said, okay, we've got cool mechs. Now we need to fill out everything else around them. Because what makes a game great is not just the main thing. You need to have
Yeah, it's the
good
ambiance
side.
and everything. Yeah.
It all has to come together. If just your main character looks great, but everything else is nothing, bare, then people are going to get bored very quickly. Go ahead, Am. What are your thoughts on Exomecha?
Oh man, that was a game I was actually kind of looking forward to. just because it reminded me of Titanfall. That was
Sorry?
really so just because it reminded me of Titanfall. So
Yeah.
like so I was pretty interested in it from that, the explosions and all that stuff. It just looked really cool. Um, you're right, it did look empty. Like some of them sandy areas looked like it just didn't have a whole lot going on. It definitely didn't look as dense as Titanfall. But it looked
Yeah.
like it had a good
Or
idea.
anything really.
It definitely looked like it had a cool
Yeah.
idea
The
because I was seeing
foundation looks
cars
good.
driving, I was seeing mechs, I was seeing people running around. And I was just like, that's a pretty cool idea. So I definitely love to see that. Hello, Uso Vinny. I see you. You still haven't hit us up, I don't think,
Yeah.
on the TSWS um, Twitter channel. Did he hit you up already?
Yeah. No, I already sent him
Oh, you did.
his
All
voucher.
right.
I
So
also
he's taken care of. He's good to
yeah,
go.
I also
Okay, great.
he's
And I
good. I
just want to
also hooked
let
up
people know that
Fix Some
may not
Bits.
know that every Friday when we do bullshitting at the end of a show, if you stick around, we give out um, at least $10 gift card at the end of every show, depending on how you were doing in the chat. We have a like whoever wins the quiz gets to pick who was the most entertaining in the chat to give
In the
that card to.
chat. Who's the
Yeah.
most outlandish?
Yeah, who's the most entertaining person in the chat. So just in case you guys are looking for some more codes or a reason to come back, that I mean, other than to listen to us say what we gotta say, there's opportunities to be able to get some a gift card and stuff like that. So keep an eye out on that
Mm.
because we have several weeks of
Yeah.
winners already. Uso Vinny's won. RG
Pixel
Viper,
Bit,
which
one
is in
last
the chat, won. Who won?
Pixel Bit.
Yeah, Pixelbit G won last week. So make sure you stay
Mm.
up with us. Hopefully we can keep that kind of stuff going. And then on top of that, maybe things might get a little bit more interesting for special shows.
Oh, dude, the 100th episode. Okay, we can't get into it. Let's go back to the chat real quick. Mr. Jonah Duck says you don't have to lie, and this is about me saying I don't play Minecraft and FIFA. Kia Sante says, I see what's going on. Loki's using his kids to farm achievements. Carl Classic Cage,
A little
Carl Classic
sweatshop.
Cage gets me, right? Carl Classic Cage gets me. She says, Loki gotta make sure people don't know we don't play that nonsense for sure, for sure. Mishi, toxic as usual, says Loki has 48 days in Minecraft. And then to shut it all off, Mr. Jonah Dark says Loki is more of a Roblox guy than Minecraft.
That's a fact.
Great. Just great. The next game coming to Game Pass. April 20th. I don't think that's funny. I really don't. April 20th, Coffee Talk Episode 2, Hibiscus and Butterfly.
I don't know what
Day
that
one?
is. I don't know what that is. Never heard of it. Never heard of it. Never played it.
Yep. They call it Xbox Mid Pass. That's what they call it. The next game, The Last Case of Benedict Fox, coming April 27th.
That game is
Yep.
pretty exciting. I know they've talked about it quite a bit. It's supposed to be a big time indie game. Um, I'll
Mm,
try it
mm.
out. I believe it's a Metroidvania type game. So I'm
Yeah,
not
but
sure if
with
you'll like it,
some.
Loke. It's a side scroller.
I will. You see, this is what I wanted to add. Everyone knows I don't like 2D stuff,
You did like
but
Trek
this
to
looked
Yomi though, I
interesting.
think, didn't you?
Trek to Yomi was mwah. Uh, I will be giving Last Case of Benedict Fox a chance. It's launching very close to. No. Sorry, I'm forgetting. Jedi Survivor comes out next month, not this month. So yeah, I'll definitely be checking out Last Case of Benedict
It
Fox.
comes out at the end of
No
this month.
doubt.
Jedi Survivor, yeah.
Does it? April 28th, correct?
Yeah, it's April 4th today. So in 24 days.
Oh my god. All right, so I'll give Last Case of Benedict Fox a chance for like 4 hours, but as soon as Jedi Survivor pops on, I'm out. And if it's good enough, I'll just add it to the backlog. If it's not, then tough. All right. So that brings us to the end of yet another fantabulous lowdown episode on TSWS Gaming. Mr. Ham Solo, please take us out.
Yeah, as I said, make sure you guys tune in for Bullsitting, where we do the giveaway at the end of the show. But yeah, I appreciate everybody coming out, showing us some love, showing us their time for the day. Um, and we enjoy doing it for you guys. Absolutely. Make sure you hit that like button if you haven't already. Subscribe if you're new, and share this out so other people know about us. As for tomorrow, I'll be doing my show solo, but the following week I will be having Cells come on with me just to chat one on one, talk about some of the news, and see what she got to talk about. Might be interesting, might be weird, but it'll definitely be something. And then but as for this week of Behind Them Sticks, I'm supposed to be having Chris Grinnell come through. He used to be a developer for Sony a little while back. Definitely going to see what he has going on, what he's been working on, and whatnot. But it's been a pleasure, you guys. Thank you for coming out, spending your time with us. This is your boy Ham Solo 05 Gaming and Loke 7 here to let you know to keep it gaming or keep it moving. Peace out, y'all.